How's it going, guys? And welcome to RC Cincy. Today I'm excited because I'm going to start a conversion. So this right here is the Bobcat that I've had on the channel. I did an unboxing and a little test on it. I purchased this from Menards for $19.99. So it's a really great price. Supposedly it's supposed to have lights, which I haven't seen yet. I don't know why mine are working, or maybe I can figure out why. Movable bucket by hand, of course, and it is motorized by the tracks. But I decided to do a conversion so we can have full control. Obviously, we're going to have to ditch this controller. I do need to salvage the batteries out of there, but I'm going to ditch that controller. But before I do, I want to show you guys that this has a pretty little peppy motor. So let me show you real quick. Let me hit both of them. So that's got a pretty peppy little motor. So long as I get basically a good speed controller, it should be pretty peppy. Let's go ahead and remove the batteries. I already removed the little battery cover. We are going to need this, obviously. So we're just going to get rid of these batteries really quickly. It's easier to work that way. So we'll quickly ditch the battery. So this part of it will just be disassembling, figuring out what we need, and then I'll obviously show you guys what parts I'll order. I'll do all the steps. These are going to be kind of long videos, so please skip to the part you need. But if you just want to see the whole thing, that's fine. I'll try to shorten them up a little bit, but they're going to still honestly be kind of long. So there's going to be a bunch of screws at the bottom. Go ahead and remove every single screw. We're going to have to disassemble most of it. We need to just get inside of here and see what kind of room we're working with. And honestly, this is going to be the test that's going to show whether it's feasible to actually do this. So this may be, I see it happening. Before I take any more apart, like that's kind of clicky. We can grind that, make that smooth so it's not clicky there. It has plenty of movement. There's a perfectly good spot for a servo to go right here, like perfect mount, so that's perfect. And then there's plenty of room in the back to put another servo to actually lift the arm. It's got all the little scale details, the Bobcat, everything. That's why I wanted this. It's like, and it's not that bad. Let me get the guy. It's not that far off the 1/16 scale. It may be a little bit smaller, but like if he's in there, like it'll be a little small, but it's not going to be bad enough to where, you know, like he could literally fit for the most part in there. So it'd be slightly off, close enough to where I could use it for a construction site. And it's got already the blacked out windows, so you don't see in there, so you got to worry about seeing your electronics and stuff. So I thought that was cool. So this could easily be, you know, I mean, look at the amount of space we can get with this. Like, it's going to be good. So this is going to be very interesting. I know the conversions are popular. I'm going to disassemble while I'm talking. I know the conversions are popular, like the Brunner or whatever, Brunner. The figure that I actually showed you. I actually have the figures. I have one in my excavator. I have one in the dump truck, and then I have the ground guy that's gonna have all the tools and chains and wheelbarrows and all the little scale details. So all that's gonna kind of, you know, be together. So yeah, it's gonna be a really nice construction site. I would love to have a motorized Bobcat. It's cool that it can drive, but like I said, not being able to raise the bucket was kind of not the deal breaker, but kind of made it not as cool. Obviously, for 20 bucks, it's not bad. Oh, could it be that easy? Oh, no. You gotta remove the motors. Gotta undo from the tracks. Oh, yes. That is perfect. Look at that. We don't have to cut a bunch of plastic out of here. Like, this is good. And I wonder why there's no lights here. Like, why are they going to advertise some lights and not have them here? So, that is odd. But this is perfect because we have the gearbox and everything. We have the motor separate. All we need to do is remove this board and put our electronics right here. That is literally perfect. We got a nice big motor. You can tell it's a nice big motor and they're geared. We don't even need to mess with any of this. We just need a brushed ESC for it. Obviously is there 2 motors or is there 1 motor? Looks like there's 2 motors. Nice. Probably 1 for each side. I don't even need to disassemble this. Like, this is what's gonna make this so nice. Like, you're gonna be able to hide a lot of electronics here where, I don't know how much room there is there. We could remove this part of the cab as well, looks like. So we can kind of figure out, this would easily fit the electronics for sure. The board and the battery will easily fit here. I'm thinking about making some kind of grill or a cover that can pop off back here, which looks like I could easily do that. Yeah, I could easily do that. So we're gonna make a cover in the back or something to pop off with magnets or something so we can access the battery. Most likely it'll be this cover anyways. Probably most of it will be gone because the servo will be sitting here anyways. And then that way we can make it to where we can slide a battery in, maybe pop the rest of the cover on. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll make it to where the cab is easy, like we can maybe put a clip or something where the cab will easily just pop out. Then that way you can service electronics. You know what? Can you just pull this tab? Like, is it just this tab so can I squeeze and then pop it off? That would be amazing. If I shorten this plastic a little bit, I could definitely squeeze and pop that off. Like, you see this plastic thing right here? It's a little long, like, maybe even break that off. Like, just to where you can squeeze and then lift up the cab. I may pop that off and put a little magnet right there. Man, the possibilities with this setup is just incredible. Like, they did a lot of the work for us, you know? Like, a lot of the work has been done with this setup. The board will just come out with a couple screws. I mean, this doesn't get any easier. You can see clearly what side the wires go to, so right and left. I'll double check that, of course. Let me move this other screw. And, I could cut this out and lay a pancake battery, but it'll be close. Actually, we can cut this out, and that's how we can access the battery and the electronics through this door. So we can cut all this out and then make the door come through here. What's holding it on now? Oh, 1 more screw. This is gonna be legendary. Let me make sure I'm still in the shot. This is gonna be legendary, guys. So let's, is it the off and on switch? Dude, we can even place an off and on switch back in here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I am geeked. We can even salvage a lot of this. Like, I don't want to break anything. Like, this can be used. I can push that back. Basically salvage the contact point. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep these as long as we can, just until we figure out what size we need. See, I'm getting it right up against the board. And technically, this board with 2 channels, 2.4 gigahertz, and these are the contact points for positive and negative, and an off and on switch. Like, I can use this board for a 2-channel project, hands down right now. I don't know what I would use it for, but this will work for a 2-channel project. So I'm actually going to keep this controller and this board right here together. Like, you may never know. Something that's just back and forth. So technically it has forward and back. It has 2-channel, but it has forward and back on each side. So something to make it drive. I don't know. Something, yeah, that's neat. So I'm keeping this. Throwing it over here. So we have the wires. Clear to see what side goes to what. It's very easy to distinguish it. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to remove any of these little wire things. I hate damaging. Oh, I could have just pried them from this side. Let's get the needle nose. So you want to have some tools, obviously. Really don't care about that. It's not like I'm going to use it again. Get rid of those. And then another thing is, I don't want to remove too much plastic. So this is going to be easy to remove. You can see which ones you actually need to snip. Like this one. Clearly see that. So this one. Clearly see that. This one. Clearly see that. Starting to... And I don't want to remove too much. That's part of the structural rigidity of it too. So I don't want to get too crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the middle. Now you can use Dremel tools and stuff. I know this is not that clean. It's going to be shaved and cleaned up. But I want to get as much done as I can. And I'm going to honestly order the parts. Now let me tell you something. Those parts are going to take a while. So don't think I abandoned the project. There's still a wire on this side. The parts are going to take time to get in. Probably 2 to 3 weeks to get in the parts. And that's unfortunate unless I can find some on Amazon with faster shipping. I will look and I will let you guys know. So main thing is going to be getting this Bobcat. I'm also trying to find a link on Amazon for you guys. Because a lot of folks doesn't know if they have a Menards, buy them. I can understand that. Bam. There we go. I may even run up there and buy another one for parts. I might buy another one just to have... Let's remove these tracks. I don't want to damage these. One thing is these tracks can stretch over time. So that's why I want to buy another one. It's going to basically give me extra motors, extra gears, extra tracks, extra bucket if I mess up cutting that or any of this. So really, I may run up there for $20 and just pick up another one. I'm almost all the way through. Now, yeah, the Dremel tool would be easier, but it's louder and messier, and yeah. I'm almost there. Come on. There we go. Once you break through, you'll see that it kind of opens up a little bit this way. There you go. That's the break I wanted right there. Go back and forth. See how clean that is? You can actually shave that. I thought I snapped this right here. Let me make sure I cut this one again. There we go. That's what I wanted to break. And then same thing, back and forth. And now basically, obviously we're gonna need some snipping here, some sanding, just a little here, a little this, a little that, just cleaning it up. You're gonna take your time, and I could clean this up easily. So now we have a door to access our battery and whatever we want and then make that smooth again. And then we also can place our off and on switch there with hot glue or whatever screws. We can screw into the plastic. Look like there's actually, see where the taps would be for the fibs to be screwed in. So we can just use a little drill or whatever to get a hole in there. So we're off to a great start. That's just a magnet of the motor. We're off to a great start. So now we basically, I mean, look at all that room in there. That's all the room you need. And I am going to make it. I thought about making it to where this cap comes off. But there really is no point. If I can put the receiver in there, the boards, the ESCs, and then the battery in there, and then close the lid, I don't need to mess with that and break that off. I'm glad I didn't. So, of course, you can change that depending on how you want to do your mods. So, that's the teardown. Simple. That was the easiest teardown I've ever done. Obviously, I'm going to keep these screws. Keep any screw. Always keep screws. You can use them for other projects and other things. Always keep the screws. I'll keep them in a pile right here. And then you always want to kind of clean up. This is all garbage here. And, I mean, what did I use? 3 tools to get to this point. Very easy. I'm impressed how quickly this can be converted. So think about it. Your ESCs are very small. You're going to need... So you're going to need 2 ESCs, 1 for each side. You're going to have forward and back. Brushed ESCs, of course. 2 brushed ESCs. Unless there's one that does multi, I doubt it. But 2 brush DSCs. Then we're gonna need a receiver to plug in 1, 2 servos. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4 channel receiver. That should be no problem whatsoever. Actually, I have 4 channel receivers, but they're for Spectrum controllers. Now here's the choice you have, guys. You can go with the Fly Sky receiver. Now here's the thing on this one, has the firmware when you turn it on, and it has like the Cobalt light. And I don't know if it's, let me press and hold. I don't know if I can add other models to this. Like, I never thought of that. Like, let's go to system. Like, RX binds models. Model 1, Model 2, Model 3, Model 4. Huh. So I guess Model 1 is the one I'm running? Like, I don't know, honestly. I have to figure that out before I go over, because it's all adjusted and everything, and I don't want to have to do all that. Really, all it is setting all the channels. I don't want to do all that. So I'm going to figure out what model it is and connect it and figure out basically what model it is. And then I could technically go to Model 2 and then bind the new Fly Sky 4 channel. Or, let me turn this off really quickly. Or, if you like Spectrum, I have a 4 channel Spectrum receiver. It's a airplane one. It does not matter. Okay, it's going to get its power off one of the ESCs. I can give it a power. Or I could do a BC. I actually have a BC too. So I could do it that way from one of my planes. So I have a DX8E, has plenty of channels and switches. Whatever you prefer. If you want to do, you can even do other brands and other little setups, whatever you prefer. But honestly, I may do the Spectrum just because I already have a 4 channel receiver. So that's going to be no issue whatsoever. Just throw in one of my little 4 channel receivers in there. All I'm basically going to need is the 2 ESCs, 2 servos, and I have a battery I could run it off of. I want to run this, I'm thinking, what to have in it. It had 4 batteries, so that's 1.5, 1.5, 3, that's 6 volts. So I guarantee this can handle 7.4 volts. For sure. That's what I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it at 7.4 volts. Obviously, the BC or the receiver is going to give whatever power to the servos it needs. So that should be no issue. So I think I'm going to do a 7.4 volt. And heck, I got plenty of JST batteries that I got different sizes. I got JST. It's probably what I'm going to go with because it's small and convenient for this. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a JST. I have a 300, 220. That's too small. I'm thinking I'm going to go at least above a 500. I have a 500. I have a 650. I have an 800. I have, oh, those are 3 cells. So I have 650, 500, and 800. And they're all JST. So I'll see what size and how it consumes energy. That's going to be whatever you choose. The connection is going to be your choice as well. So guys, I think this is going to be an incredible, incredible mod. So easy, guys, because it's just, the drive motors are right here. They're geared. It's amazing. So honestly, I'm going to go grab another one just because I want the spare tracks, the spare bucket. If I cut this wrong, I'll have that spare. You know, if anything breaks or I do this wrong and I need another one, I would just feel more comfortable for $20. You can't beat it. I think the Brunner Bobcats are more than $20. So this is going to be, I think, a cheaper way to go, because think about it. You don't have to buy the motors. You don't have to buy, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have plenty of room. You don't have to start hollowing out and cutting a bunch of plastic like you do after the Brunner one. Like, this is going to be the easiest conversion ever. Like, I'm not sure what side goes to which. I don't want to stretch these too much. You got to watch that. Get it on the rollers. Get it on the motor. Oh, yeah. Same thing here. So I'm going to go to Menards, and I'm going to get another one just to have it. Probably going to keep it in the box, honestly, somewhere. Just store it. I don't think I'm going to need it. I think these tracks are going to be fine. I'm excited. And these are light buckets. I can technically put the lights in there and on the back. I could even cut these out and do lights here. Oh, man, I tell you what. This is going to be good, guys. So this is the beginning of it. part 1. I'm trying to get this done in no more than like 4 parts, hopefully. I figure part 1, part 2 will be showing you where I order the parts, ordering them, and then 3 will be installing everything, and then 4 will basically be final touches, set up, like on the controller, and then I'll do a video of it working. I think it's going to work really well. This bucket's got plenty of tilt. Look at that. So it depends on the servo. What servo I get, look how far back it can go. Same thing with this. Look how high this can go. Like, this will almost dump in my red truck. Like, look how high that goes. So, and I think they make servos that are these little actuator things. Those are very expensive and not that powerful. I'm just going to go with a big, strong metal geared servo right here, pushing this bar, or pushing it, connecting it, and moving it somehow. I'm trying to think how I'm going to move this. Go up. I don't know. I got to figure that out, how it's going to attach and where, on what part of it. If it just pushes the back of it, like I gotta have the servo. I can have 2 of them on each side, like the servo is sitting like this, and then the arm connecting, and then basically moving it up, moving it down, moving it up, moving it down. I may have 1 on each side. I may do 1 big one. Lots of options. I am going to look at on the web and see how they do brewer, just to see how they set up their servos and get tips. This is my first time converting a machine, so I am going to look for information. If you guys have tips or ideas, please share. That's why I love this RC community. I think that's off to an amazing start. I can make a little shelf or double-sided sticky tape the receiver to this side, so there's not stuff bouncing around in the ESCs on this side. So I plan on making this nice. Like, it's just not going to be thrown together. So I think I did a great job starting out with the conversion. I think it's going to be nice. So that's going to do it. I'm going to look on the website. Let me push these in here. These are lifetime warranty Mac tools. So if these break anything, they're lifetime warranty. But anyways, I get sidetracked easy. So there we do it. I can't remember which one of these screws is for. And the cool part is, like I said, the off and on switch, I think it was this shorter stubby one, maybe. I think this is the right one. Let me make sure. Because I need this to be able to latch. I could do a lever latch, but I think a screw would be the best way to hold it. Yeah, I think a screw would be the best way. I'm going to put that in there so I don't lose that screw. So I think that'd be the best way. Man, that bar is like perfect to set a servo in there. And then the wiring is going to be another thing, because you're going to have long enough. We're going to have servo extensions to run the wires neatly. We can do them on the inside. We can even open this arm and maybe run the wires in the arm. See these screws? Like, man, I get a lot to, yeah, it looks like it's a 2-piece. So maybe we can like run some wiring through here and then get it to come out underneath this backside right here. And we can have these in here as like show to make it look like it has this, I don't know. And then it has this little piece with the little bar. But these are like, you lock them in when you're working on it so your boom doesn't drop down. Like, this is legit. Like, the Bobcat stickers are legit. The way that looks. We could do the lights. Obviously, it's coming apart because the screws aren't it. But like, dude, this is going to be legit. Definitely. Amazing. So that's going to do it, guys. This video, I'm sure, is long enough. I gave you guys my ideas. Please share, comment, ideas, places, parts, or websites. I know a gentleman tried to share a website with me the other day, and then like YouTube kept like deleting his comment. I don't know why it's doing that. It's crap. It's actually the same websites that I did a video on and recommended, like where I actually ordered parts from, like my quick disconnect and other stuff. So it's kind of ironic. But yeah, so there you have it, guys. That's going to do it. Appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for all your subscriptions. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. This is going to be an epic series. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.